Hello, I just wanted to talk about this very special place for me. I spent years here with my friends, my internet friends, not real life friends. I mean, I didn't have any real life friends when I played this. That was a big part of the reason. And this world has been dead since 2015, approximately, I believe. Maybe 16, but not more than that. It was definitely dead by 16. And it started in 2011, late 2011 or early 2012. So it didn't last too many years, perhaps like 4 years tops. But I was younger. 4 years felt like a lot back then. And those were some slow years. I had just finished high school and I was very depressed. I had nothing in my life. Um, I wasn't working, I wasn't doing anything, I was shut in. I spent all the time on the internet and playing video games. I would wake up at, I don't know, 8 p.m. and go to sleep at noon. Um, so yeah, it was a very slow time for me, very sad, very dominated by night. But this is where I escaped. This is one of those places where I escaped. Minecraft for me was just this world. It wasn't anything else. I didn't play Minecraft like in many servers. I didn't play mini games or anything. Minecraft for me was this server that I played with my friends. So the way this server started was I was in a forum with internet friends, as I said before, and the forum was kind of dying. Like I'm talking about the forum that I joined in 2007. In 2007, forums were very alive. They were, I mean, as popular as they could get back then, right? But by 2011, 12, they started to die, being completely replaced by main social media, right? Mainstream, like Facebook. Back then it was Facebook, back then it was Instagram, and now it's TikTok, Twitter. I mean, Twitter already existed back then too, so yeah, that counts too. So this was a very special place for me, right? The forum, not this place yet, the forum, and it was kind of dying, as I said. So we started to play more video games. I mean, we started being more conscious about that and started valuing our moments together because more and more people were leaving every day, it seemed, or every week. So there was a point where we were like 30 people, I believe, like not more than 40 people in the forum, and almost all of us decided to just play Minecraft. It was new back then. I'm talking 2011, right? It was a pretty new game, so we were curious about it. We created this random world. Uh, I can't remember who started it. I think it was either me or one of them. Very possible that it was me, but I'm not sure. And it was a survival game, right? It was always a survival server. It still is. It always was. I will be using creative mode just to navigate it today, but this has always been played in survival. So this was a forest. There was nothing here, of course, when we started, and I believe this was the first building of the server. When we started playing, everyone went on adventures, right? On mines, trying to do the main objective, like getting to the ender, to the end. Sorry, the end world, or or just exploring, right? But I didn't want to explore. I wanted to make my little house. So this is what I made. This is a get your case here. This is a cake store that I made. Um, this is the first thing. I didn't even know how to do stairs, so this I had to jump here. This is where I got the eggs from these chickens. This was all. I mean, this felt pretty advanced when I started playing, I remember. But yeah, this was the first. Remember, this was in the middle of a forest. There was nothing of all of that here. This house was in the middle of a forest, surrounded by trees. It was very hard to see from like this distance. This was all covered by trees, and I remember my friends. I mean, I'm talking about like 30 people, right? A lot of people entering the server. Not all of them were my friends. I mean, not everyone in the server were my friends. I mean, we split in different groups. My group of friends stayed here and eventually built all of this. This is old. This is pretty old too. This is from 2012. Monument to establishment. This is what it says. I typed that because March 2012 was when we decided this to be an actual city, right? This was surrounded by trees too. I mean, maybe I took down some trees here. This park was like free, but everything else was just trees, just forest, except for this cake store, as you said, and this building. This is pretty old too. This is maybe the second oldest building. So it was only this, maybe this building too, and that's all. That's all that existed when I made this monument, right? But eventually we continued. One of my friends made this house. My friend who made this house, we called him Bosta. Bosta built this house and this. This was actually this is pretty funny because if you come here, you will see these signs. What it says here is it's okay if you want to eat, but 23 stacks of meat. I mean, you have to be a son of a bitch. That's what it says here. I mean, you've been playing for years and you don't know how to get food. This is what it says here. Why don't you better eat this, like this? The reason why he said this is because this was like his storage, right? As you can see, there's a lot of things here. He was very good at getting all this stuff. I mean, this is all before farms. We didn't know how to make farms. So I remember one of my friends was almost sure that he was cheating, that Bosta was cheating. So I don't know, I never knew, but the reality is this, right? This was like, that was Bosta's house, and this was Bosta's storage. And Bosta also had this thing. There's a rail, I believe, yeah, here. Because Bosta also made a castle. This was more complex. It's broken, sadly, but yeah. Bosta built a castle kind of far away, and so they built this to go to the castle. So yeah, I will be faster this way. Bosta built this castle, which is pretty funny, very satanic, and I don't know what motivated Bosta to build this, but yeah, eventually Bosta built this, and I don't know the purpose of this. There was nothing like. It's not like Bosta lived here. They just built this and left it. There's a lot of things here. It's kind of incomplete, I guess. Oh, there's here, right, the portal to the netherworld. So yeah, this was considered very far away from the perspective of us just starting to play the game. This was built in like 2013, I believe. So it's not one of the first things that were built, but it was pretty crazy. It was very big. We were very surprised when we found out what was the build. But I'll go back to the main city. By the way, this main city, we called it Aldea. Aldea means village in Spanish. So, I mean, we were all Spanish speakers, at least at the beginning. So, we call things in Spanish. And as I said, when only these couple of buildings were all that existed here, it was more like a village. It didn't look like a city, so we just called it a village. Or I'll go back to the village. Bring me some stuff from the village, please. So the name stuck, but eventually it grew a lot. But we kept calling it village because that's just the name. It stuck, of course. So the funny thing about this rail that I just showed of Bosta's storage going to deposit, going to the castle, I used this, and another friend of mine I think used this too, to build more rails. You see this, how this is abandoned, like there was a rail here. We used this to make more rails to go to different places, to our different places that were not Bosta's. So Bosta was very angry about that too. Like, we were using their own personal storage as a public station, basically, to go anywhere. Eventually that was moved. I was like, okay, I recognize that wasn't very kind, so I moved the station. I created an actual station over here, but this was one of the last things that I made. I was creating this station. My objective here was to create a rail to go anywhere, basically. I mean, of important places, right? But I never finished it. This was the last thing that was made in the server. Nobody else played again, so I didn't finish it. Of course, this is very unfinished. I only finished. I mean, these are finished, these paths, but these two weren't even started, and the building isn't even finished either. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Going back to the beginning here. As I said, me and my group of friends started playing here. We established ourselves here, but other groups of people went to other places because the forum had many different groups of friends, right? So they decided to play in different places. My group of friends and I decided to play here, but other people from the server, from the forum, sorry, went to other places, and I will show you those other places in a little bit. My friends used to make houses, big places for themselves, like this. As I said, this was the second oldest building. I can't remember who made this one though. I think it was Bosta or Seba. Seba was your friend. I mean, there were many of them, but Bosta and Seba were the ones that played the most of them, I believe. I'm almost sure this was made by Bosta, but it could have been Seba, I'm not sure. There were nothing there. There was like only trees. Remember, this was all a forest. This was supposed to be like a summer or chill forest place, not what it is now. Oh, I don't remember what this led to. That's interesting. But yeah, this is pretty old too. This building. There was a mountain here, like a little mountain, natural mountain, just normal, like this, right? Just like this, but here. And there was one day in 2014 or 13, I believe. I think it was 13, where I decided to level everything. This was, I mean, this existed, some many buildings existed, but it was still very irregular. The terrain was very irregular. There was a lot of trees, and I was like, okay, I will level everything. I will make an actual city out of this. I will make streets, roads, and so all the level work was made by me. All these paths, this. I didn't make the trees and the seats. This was both, I believe. I don't know, but the pretty things were made by both our Seba, but the level and the roads were made by me. And leveling included getting rid of this mountain, right? So I got rid of this mountain, and I used all the stone from this mountain to make this building. I was like, oh, I have a lot of I have a lot of cobblestone. So what do I do? So this is what I made. Temple of the Crazy Monkey. Do not enter with your hands holding stuff. I wrote that. I don't know why. I just wanted to make something funny. I heard one of my uncles a long time ago talk about his religion. I mean, he was kidding, of course, but he was saying how everything was... not everything. The planets were created by a monkey. A space monkey had a big bag of planets and stuff, and the monkey was distributing the planets on their right places, right? Until the monkey reached Earth. So this is the monkey walking the path of the monkey, and the monkey is living one planet here, one planet here, one planet here, one planet here. I think this was the sun. I mean, since the end is the Earth, I didn't do in the right order, of course. So this was probably the Earth. This is the moon. I can't remember what I was thinking then, but this is the monkey distributing planets until the monkey places the Earth as the last planet, and the monkey decides to live in the planet or something like that. There's nothing here, I believe. Yeah, just this. That is broken. Yeah, I remember this. Oh, yeah, I didn't even know how to cook the cobblestone yet, so I didn't... I mean, I was very basic. My way of playing was not as sophisticated as my friends. Let's see Bosta's house. Oh, I remember Bosta had a squid here. I don't know, it disappeared for some reason. Here's a map. Cofre de Juan Worms chest. Juan Worms was another player. He didn't play much. He didn't even make his own house, so he asked Bosta to put his stuff here. But yeah, he played for a couple of days and never again. This is one of Seba's building. Seba used to make very Japanese style buildings. Cherry trees didn't exist yet back then, so he used wool. Looks pretty. You see, my friends used to be more creative. They used to think more outside of the box when building stuff like this. This is very... I never thought of these things. I mean, I saw this many years ago, and I still forget that I can just do stuff like this. It just doesn't occur to me. I'm not very creative when it comes to building in Minecraft. I like building stuff. I love building stuff, but They are more plain, more basic. I will show now. I will show you now. Oh, what happened here? Fire, I guess. It's weird. Okay. I never or almost never made houses for myself. I used to make more things for like everyone. Like, for example, this building. This is not my house. It's just simple for anyone to be here. I mean, it doesn't provide anything, but that's the stuff that I used to make. Not houses for myself. Like this, I made this too. Beta tower. That is just. It's not a thing where I put my stuff. It's just some building. This kind of stuff that I used to make. Very basic. This is the rail from Bosta that goes to their castle. And I thought it was interesting to make this, like those Asian buildings that have high roads or trains going through the buildings. That was kind of the objective of making this building, to be honest. Nothing more than that. Let's see the top. It's a bit prettier, I guess. Most of the tall buildings, tall and ugly buildings, were made by me. And my friends didn't like them. My friends never liked this building or this. I made this too. I tried to make something like the Eiffel Tower, kind of. And these rails were made later. But yeah, I also like this rails going through buildings. So maybe this looks ugly to you, but to me it looked like kind of cool. I don't know. At the moment, this was the tallest thing in the world, I guess, I think. But yeah, eventually taller things. Oh wait, except for the Bofta's castle, of course. Bofta's castle is taller. But in everything else, I think. Then can't remember who made this. But yeah, there was a dog person. And we eventually invited more people, right? Oh, I also created this like south zone and north zone. These frontiers. I don't know why. I just felt like doing this. This was my only house, but it was actually a storage for building all stuff. As you see, it's not pretty. It's just very ugly. It's just a place specifically made for storing building stuff. It's just that. Nothing else. And there was a portal here, I think. There was a bed here. I don't know what happened to it. But yeah, here's a portal. And before showing you all of this, I will go back to this, to Aldea. But before I leveled everything and build like that tower and that, I think right after I build, wait, no, actually no, right after I build this, I moved away from here. I built this and then this, and then I left Bosta and Seba and Juan Walls and the other friends alone. I left with another friend whose name is Raziel. We went with Raziel. I mean, Raziel was playing here, but he was like, you know, I want to play in a different biome. I want to play. I wonder if there's snow in the game. And I was like, yeah. As far as I know, there is. I mean, I also want to play in a snowy place. I think it will be cozier. So we we're like, okay, let's go here. So this way until, let's walk and walk until we find a snowy place. Just that. Let's walk. Let's prepare for a long travel. We made some swords and food, and we walked. This didn't exist yet, of course. This was all a forest. I will talk about this later. So we walked. Nothing of this existed. Just walked. This didn't exist. I'm talking about the very beginning of the server. We walked, looking for a snowy place. Until we found it. We found this place. This didn't exist, of course. We built this later. What I mean is, we found this snowy place. We were like, oh, this is beautiful. So we started playing here. We played here for like over a year actually, without ever making contact with Aldea. So we came here, and this is the first building that we made. This is Argentinians and Mexicans associates. Because Raziel was Mexican and I am Argentinian, so it's, I don't know, it's just a silly thing. This was our home. What was here? I can't remember what's here. I think some mines. Yeah, I won't go there. Oh yeah. Actually, I'll go. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, spawner, okay. Yeah, I remember this. Okay. It's been so many years since I came here. I forgot many things. Oh, it says right here. Tools. Oh, here, there's nothing here, I guess. Oh, there's more things here. Aldea. This is a path to the Aldea. I made... Oh, yeah, I remember this. Well, I'll talk about this later. There's where the animals were. And... oh, this is a... seems... yeah. This place connected many places in this. Eventually, Luke came to play here. We had a friend that's called Luke. And he joined Raziel and I, and he built this building. Wait, is that it? Is this it? No, I think I got into the wrong building. This is Raziel's building. Luke built this. And this. Well, let's look at Luke's igloo. It's very cozy. And this was a path. It plays to many places. Let's go to Aldea too. I don't know how. Let's see. It's just a straight line like this, I think. It's very crazy. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do this, but apparently this goes to Aldea. And yeah, this goes to many places, but I prefer to show you from outside. Oh, let's go to the second floor. Okay. Luke also built this. This is very... Oh, this is a gym, a Pokemon gym. They're very neat. And then I built this little castle, I think. No, it was Luke. It was Luke. Luke built this, not me, not I. No. I think, yeah. Yeah, Luke built this too. So these 3 buildings were made by Luke, and then I build this. Whatever this is, Luke built this. It's chess. Super nice. Mac chess. Okay. Then I build my typical ugly buildings. Like here, this whatever. I don't know what the fuck this is. Just a house. And this. I started building like hotels. Like there's nothing here, but it's just a hotel, a building with many rooms. I don't know, I just liked the idea of making this. But yeah, it's very bland, just nothing. Just this. And oh, and also Luke built this 4th building too, which is a bank. It's a diamond bank. I guess he had all his diamond there. Please don't jump over this thing. Okay. So yeah, this place was called Tundra because I don't know. All the names are very basic, but we never decided to name places. We just refer to them like that. I think that's just how it is in real life. Oh, let's go to the Tundra. Yeah, I don't know. We didn't just name places, but yeah. This is one of the first buildings that I made here. Just castle. This I actually put a lot of effort in this castle compared to my other buildings. I like this very much. This was supposed to be filled by weapons and stuff. I think a creeper exploded here. But yeah, this was... I mean, I really like these parts. Like, small grassy parts. Like, this is pretty, right? With the tree. This is a natural tree. I didn't plant this. I left it there. And... I liked how everything is interconnected, right? I like this. Like, this is the entrance, right? And I liked how you could just go here... or there, or up here, and if you got up here you could go here and here or here. I don't know, I started building these kind of buildings where everything is interconnected. I don't know, I like it very much. It was the first time I made this. And then you're here. I don't know, I really like this. And you could go down too. Oh, I'm almost sure. Yeah, here. And I can't remember where this led to. Oh yeah, we were here before, yeah. This place, yeah. And
Yeah, we kept building things. This is a train to the mine. I don't know what mine, but whatever. I don't know what this is actually. I can't remember this. What? Oh, the museum. Yeah, Luke made this museum. Level. I don't know. Your mom. Horizon. What? I don't get it, but okay. Ryu Falls. Okay, this is just funny, I guess. Yeah. Door. Okay. Autonomy. I don't know. It's pretty funny. I don't know. This is the museum. And then I eventually invited one of my sisters here to this world, and she built this house, but she never finished it. It seems. She used to make the same structure, kind of, not exactly the same, but the same style. She aimed for these center stairs and kind of round building. The difference were in the sizes of the houses that she made, but yeah, this was never finished. And then there's this. I don't remember who made this, but it's very nice. It might have been my sister, but I'm not sure. Perhaps it was either Luke or my sister. But I don't know, I like it very much. It's very nice. Then there's this. I can't remember who built this. I think it was Luke. It's like a Coliseum. Pull the lever to throw items to the battle. I don't know. I mean, this is broken, but I think, or maybe the things are empty. Yeah, let's see. I don't know. Seems to be working though, so I don't know. I don't know how this works. But yeah. King's Palace. Respawn. Entry to the arena. Okay. So we were building this. Eventually I made this triangle. I wanted to make an entrance, a very elegant and important entrance, right? So I made this with lava, of course. So this could be seen from far away. This was the first rail to here, but eventually I got rid of it. Not this section though, I guess. I was too lazy to eliminate this. But yeah, eventually I made these two-way rails. And you'll come here, and here. Eventually I built this. I thought this was pretty. And this was a station of Tundra. This led you to the Aldea and these two other places that I will talk about later. So there was a very funny event that happened in Tundra, which was that one day I was like, okay, I want to make everything cozier, so I put a lot of fences everywhere like this, right? Oh shit, I didn't want to do that. But let's see, I have another. Yeah, in creative mode I can just do this, I guess. Yeah. I started doing like this for every path, right? Like this and this. I remember something like that. Something like this, but everywhere, right? I made this like all here and there, or everywhere, for every street, right? And Raziel got very angry because I don't know, he didn't like it. So one day I came back here and all of the fences were completely eliminated. He didn't ask me, he just came and removed everything. He really disliked all of it. And I was like, what the fuck, man? What? I mean, could at least ask me, right? Or tell me something. And I mean, he was like almost angry about it. So, but I was like, okay, it's okay. Never mind. I mean, it's not important, right? We're just playing a game. It's whatever. But then, I mean, we had the rule to make the place cozy, like medieval looking. We agreed to not build anything modern or very anticlimactic with regard to medieval aesthetics, right? But then he built this. He called it World Razi Center, I think. Well, it says Isfris here, but I don't remember he called it that. World Razi for Raziel Center. And yeah, this went completely against what we agreed upon. So I was angry because he got rid of my stuff without even telling me. But then he built this, and I was like, you know what? This won't do. This isn't fair. So I decided to make a plan. And the plan was this. This place, Tundra and Aldea, we used to kind of like be enemies, right? Aldea didn't like Tundra. We barely interacted, to be honest, but there was like a competition, right? Who made the prettiest town or whatever. And so when Aldea found out about this very tall building, they didn't like it. Especially Seba. I mean, Seba didn't really care. It's not like this offended Seba, but I think he didn't like it. And he didn't like this type of buildings in general. As I said, this didn't upset him. It wasn't his preference. But I came to him telling, help me destroy this. Help me do something about this, against this. Because he knew the game more. He knew how to make rockets and all that stuff. I was very basic player. So we decided to attack the tower. And he knew how to make rockets, as I said. So we decided to throw some rockets to this. But we decided to make it funnier, you know, not just throwing the rockets. We preferred to make this happen in 9/11. So we started changing the signs here. For instance, we changed this to like 9/11. I won't do it now, but we started doing this, right? We did that here too. We changed the sign 9/11. He didn't know why. He was very upset that someone was doing that. We never told him who was. But my sister did this too. Made this too. It was also made by my sister. I think. I'm not sure. But yeah. So he didn't know that it was us changing all the signs to 9/11. He didn't even understand the meaning. He didn't connect the dots. But yeah, and this we started planning this in like October, so we had to wait like a year to make the attack. So eventually, Seba built the rockets like over here, I believe. Yeah, very far away. I'm not sure. I can't remember where. Perhaps it was like here. I think we got rid of the platforms. Oh, what the hell? But yeah, I think it was like over here. And then we recorded it. So yeah, we thought that was pretty funny, and then I uploaded the videos on a random account on YouTube, and I sent him the links, and I told him, "Oh, you watch this! Someone linked this to me. What the hell?" Of course, I didn't tell him that I was part of it. He was on his way to college, and I sent that to him. He watched it, and he was crazy. He stopped going to college, went straight back home to fix it. I mean, his day was completely ruined. It was very funny. By the way, this was made by Luke. I think it was pretty concept. The wave, it's called. Welcome, welcome. Reception. Okay, this is very funny. Very cute. This was a ship that I was trying to make. I never finished it, of course. It's just this. This was also another project that I wanted to make. An underwater city. Well, yeah. Going back to the thing, he eventually repaired the building. I remember when we were changing everything to 911. The last 911 that we wrote was a big 911 here on the building, on a side here, made with obsidian. So it was very hard for him to get rid of it. Very funny too. But yeah, that was it. And the reason for this wall here, you might have noticed this wall, long wall, goes all the way there and here. It's because of that competition that we had in Tundra and Aldea. Of course, this wall does nothing. You can easily jump it, but it was kind of a role play, you know. It was fun to do all of this. It was like the lore. Very long wall. And so I will go back sometime now to talk about, just to mention, when Raziel and I just came here, before we built all of this, all of that gas or anything, just this, we built this house and we decided to play the objective, to get to the end and kill the dragon. So for months, that's all we did. we found a stronghold here, it seems. I saw this. It's a stronghold here, so maybe... this was where the portal was. Oh, okay, it's pretty far. Yeah, I guess it was over here somewhere. Okay. Yeah. What it says here? Okay, here. Yeah, we found this, and I'm sure we found more portals too, and I am sure we opened them or one of them. I don't know why this one's closed without the eyes, but yeah, we spent months looking for this, and wait, I want to go back now. And in order to finish the game in that regard, right? To get to the end, you have to go to the Nether to find can't remember what. Can't remember the exact steps, but we made all of that, right? And at some point we needed to kill Enderman to get the eyes. So I remember, I think we thought that Endermen were more common in deserts, so we embarked on a mission to find a desert now, the opposite of a tundra. So we came here. Until we eventually found this place. We found this mountain, so we built this tower. This tower is ugly, but it's because it's just for the single purpose of finding Endermen and killing them. The water was just to get out of it fast, and on it also fast. So we would be here and spend a lot of time looking for Enderman here. Like, we would stand here looking at the windows, looking for Enderman. So, for instance, we saw maybe one Enderman there, so we sounded the alarm. Oh, Enderman, Enderman. So the two of us will go here and run there to kill the Enderman. There was also a village here from the game, right? But eventually we experimented with it. We destroyed everything, but this was a natural village. But yeah, we built that to kill Enderman. And yeah, eventually I went back from Tundra to Aldea to build all the stuff that I mentioned before, right? The towers, the Grazing Monkey temple, and eventually I built this rural area to plant stuff. I built this, all these rodent trees. I am back to Aldea, by the way, right? This is Aldea. I built this, then this, I can't remember who built this. I think it was Bosta, but I'm not sure. But this was built by Seba. It was also one of his first buildings. Right, there we go. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a subterranean station that I started building. I never finished it, but I wanted to connect everything here too. So I talked about the station at the beginning of the video almost. The other station, right? Base. But I wanted to make two stations. An aerial station like this and a subterranean station. And I never finished any of them. But I did a lot, to be honest. Like, yeah, the rails aren't finished, but this to the house of Seba was finished. This goes to Tundra, and this is finished. It's just it needs more work to this. But yeah, I want to all these places to connect to more places. It was never finished, and oh, this is actually I forgot about this. This is one of the first. This is actually the second house of the server. This is Luke's house. This was. I don't know why this looks like this. It was like an underground house, right? If we were in the surface, we would see like a wooden or glassy floor, right? And a door, and like floor doors, right? So there was stairs, you went down here, but I don't know what happened to it. I don't know why it disappeared, who covered it, and so why this is all like glitched. I don't know, it's just weird, but it's one of those very old memories. I remember seeing this house finished. This was finished. It's not like this was unfinished. This was finished. It just got, I don't know. It really looks like a real actual ruin. It's very interesting. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe it got looted in the beginning of the server. I don't know. But yeah. Subterranean station in process. This was made by Tanuris, was his name. Tanuris didn't play much. He just built this, I think. And this is a trap house. You were supposed to die if you enter here. I guess it's all broken now, but yeah. This was his objective. I don't know what this is. Let's see. Danger, 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 danger. That's what it says here. Okay. I don't know what this is. I think these are broken traps. This is very old. Yeah. We're going to go. I want to go up, not down. What is this? Tanuris mines. Oh, what? I don't think I saw this before. Here. What the hell? Look, there's another trap here, I guess. Treasure room. Okay, I never saw this. I never found this. This is my first time seeing this. Be careful, traps. Oh, so, okay, so he had his stuff, but he hid it all. Okay, I never knew this. Shit. I'm discovering this right now. Okay. Where's the dirt? I never played creative. I don't know what this is. Oh, here. And yeah, this building was built by Luke, I believe. I think. Oh, I thought there was a subterranean floor. Okay. And this was also made by Luke, I believe. These two buildings. Yeah, Luke's house. He had some horses here, I think, but yeah, I don't know what happened to them. And that's Seba's house, and this elephant in the room is Seba's floating island. This is pretty dope, in my opinion. He never really finished like the top of this, but the concept of it is very nice. He wanted to make like this mansion here. The reason I like this very much is because it's not just the surface, right? It's all this volume here. I remember him taking weeks to finish this. It's very nice. And this, interestingly enough, casts a shadow here, so monsters spawn here even during day. So that's interesting. Eventually I invited one of my friends that is not from... I mean, Seba was not from the forum that I talked about in the beginning of the video. Juan Worms wasn't from the forum either. Bosta wasn't from the forum either. There were many people that were joining afterwards. Friends of mine from other forums, other places that I invited here. And Seba was one of them. And then I invited another from another forum. And he built this. I mean, I don't want to think much of it. I think it's pretty. It's just ugly, the fact that it's all dirt. But yeah, I mean, the problem is that this Seba, I remember, claimed all this part of the forest for him, right? So this guy came here and built this here. So Seba was very angry about this, I remember. This guy never played again. He played only for a week and then quit. So I told Seba, well, you can remove all of this now if you want. He isn't playing anymore, but he didn't. I mean, this was about like in the late stages of the server. Perhaps Seba didn't even play anymore. I can't remember. But yeah, this is let's see, more buildings. Let's go to this place. We haven't gone here too much. This was built by Bosta, remember? It's pretty neat. And this was built by my sister. Do not steal. Welcome. My sister used to play Minecraft a lot more than I did. She played in many servers. She played in many big servers, like in MMO servers, minigame servers, in a lot of servers. She was a big Minecraft player. Sometimes she came here to this server. I'm not sure why, but I guess she liked spending some time here sometimes. This was made by Seba. It's supposed to resemble a... how do you call it? Like some protests, like happened here, and he saw the lore. I mean, it's pretty mad. Nothing of this really makes sense to me. It's just crazy stuff. I always hated this. I want to take this down. This was a waste of space. I wanted to make like a pretty park here, but he was like, no, you take this down, I take all of your stuff down. So he wrote all of this, and I wrote here all of this shit. He didn't mind this, I guess, but this was my manifestation. So all of this. This is the entrance to some big caves. I mean, this was years of people coming here and looking for minerals and stone. I could walk hours here. I won't do it because it's very... I will get lost. I don't want to get lost. There was another dude. This was built by... I can't remember his name, but yeah. Oh, I can't enter? What's that? Oh, here. And this was just his house. And he had his own entrance to this underground place that I just talked about. This guy didn't play much. He's played like 1 month, 2 months, maybe, not more than that. Then I made this building, another tall building in ugly, just a hotel. This is another hotel. Main lobby. If you wanted to stay a night here, you had to pay 10 cobblestone. Only one person I remember paid for this, and I will talk about who that was later. So, but yeah, you can here you choose a room. This time I put a bed, a chest, an oven, and crafting table in every room. But yeah, they never liked these houses of mine because they look very ugly from outside. VIP room. Then you can hear. And then I wanted to make a house that looked like my house in real life, like my actual house. This, of course, I failed. This disgusting. But yeah, I wanted. I didn't even finish it because it's ugly. But yeah, I wanted to make just a version of my house in real life. You enter here. This was the kitchen and like some small living room. Then here was the big living room. Here, this was my parents' room. This was one of my sister's room. This was my other sister's room. There were 2 bathrooms here, but I couldn't fit them here. And here was my room. And here was the attic. But yeah, it's very ugly. I didn't finish it because I didn't like it. And this Japanese temple was made by Bosta again. I don't know what this is. Perhaps Bosta meant to make second floor, but never did it. I don't know. I don't know what this is. What is this? Can't remember this. Yeah, perhaps more mines, yeah. More underground. Oh, fuck. Oh, here. Okay. And, oh, let's enter here. I forgot to enter here. Not much, though. And, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, there was a point where I wanted to build this big castle, right? The center of the Aldea, the most important place in the world, right? The most elegant, noble, powerful place. And it couldn't just be any building. I wanted to make very notorious building. This is quartz. Every block is quartz. Quartz is... I remember it was very hard to find for me, I had to go to the netherworld, and I just stopped finding it. I couldn't find any more quartz. I was running out of it. I felt like I took all the quartz of the world. I couldn't find more of it. It was quartz and coal blocks. All expensive shit, because I wanted it to be expensive. I wanted it to be very important, right? But I never finished it. I wanted to make a big important room here, kind of like the final boss of Demon Souls, of not the final boss, like King of Lands. I wanted to make something similar here, and this a big tower here, big tall tower. This was going to be taller and taller and taller. And then I wanted to make like one bridge that goes here and then here, and here there was going to be another tower, and all of this was going to be like part of the same building, like maybe some labyrinth here, something like that. I never finished it. I had some plans for it, I remember. But then Seba wanted to build this thing here before I built this. So he thought my building was going to end like here. It wasn't going to be all this. So he started building this. Then I was like, no, wait. My plan was like up to here, not just there. And he was very angry about it. He was like, oh, I will not move my building. I make this. I don't care if you don't like it. And yeah, this was. I think this is not finished either. This was a Pokemon gym. Let me see how to enter it. I think it was like here. I can't remember how to enter the gym. No. Oh, no, not here. I don't know. Actually, I'm very lost. I mean, it's there, right? But I don't know how to get there. Oh, here. Okay. Yeah. This is very nice. I like this. And he wanted to make all this, like he wanted to cover this, to be all covered by this wooden building outside, and that's what he never finished, I guess. He wanted this to cover, just like he built that. He wants to build something like that here too, and a roof here too. It was going to be a very big building. He never finished it, and we were kind of mad against each other because I didn't want this here. This was very annoying for me, for my project. This was built by my sister. She also never finished this. And remember how I told you that little group of friends were spread to different places? This was the Aldea and then the Tundra. Well, there were more places like that. Almost at the beginning of the server, like 2012, I'm sure. Before all of this, a group of people went here. There were many Chileans in the forum, and it seems many of them were friends with each other, so they decided to make their own city of Chilean people. And one of them was called Chote, I remember. And Chote and other people started building this city. I never came to this city when I played the game, when I used to enter here to play, to actually play. I only discovered this. Well, no, I did come here, but just once, I think. But I didn't know this existed when I came here. I was very surprised. I was like, "What the hell is this?" One was this mail. This is very advanced. I mean, what the hell? This looks almost like better than Aldea. What the hell? I didn't know we had this competition, and we never knew how they called this place. But we from Aldea and Tundra and everything and everywhere else, we call it Chotelandia, Choteland, because of Chote. That's just it. We didn't even know Chote that much. But yeah, it's pretty nice. This is, I believe, the tallest tower. Nothing is taller than this. It's kind of boring, but it's what it is. And let's see this. Oh, this is unfinished too. Yeah, I want to get out. Well, I'll see one more floor. Yeah, it's all the same, I guess. One of the last people playing the server was called Maria. Maria was from Chotelandia, I believe. I remember entering the server when I pressed tab to check the people, the people that were connected at that time. Maria was almost always there. When it was just me and Seba and maybe just one more person playing, Maria was still playing. But the odd thing about this was that Maria was playing alone. Maria was playing here, but none of her friends were playing anymore. Like Seba and Bosta and I kept playing in Aldea and other similar places, but we played together. We built things together. We shared stuff together, experiences. But Maria was playing alone. She came here. We could see Maria just logged in the chat. Hello, yeah, whatever. But she spent like 2 years or 1 year and something playing alone. I don't know. I never knew what she was doing. Maybe many of this was built by Maria. I have no idea. But I think that's sad because she was playing alone for so long, and then we had to shut the server down, and we didn't have any contact with Maria. We couldn't just message. I just don't know. I guess I didn't care back then about Maria. That it was whatever. But there was one day when the server had to be shut down because we were renting a service to host it, and nobody was playing anymore except for Maria. Sometimes, not often, but sometimes Maria will log in, but we didn't know how to tell her. I mean, we could just wait in the game, I guess, for her to log in and communicate this to her, that we were going to shut down the server, and maybe to give us some way to contact her, to send her a copy of the server or the world or something, but we never did that, so I feel bad for that. Maria one day wanted to join the server and it wasn't there anymore, ever again. And I wanted to find Maria, Chote, and many of those people to give them a copy of the world because they never had that. I think they deserve to explore these memories the same way I'm doing right now, but they can't. I don't know how to find them. But yeah, it's pretty nice. As you can see, this is a very nice place. So yeah, I am now curious to see where. Wait, I want to see this. What is this? Oh, okay, it's just glass. I don't know what they were going to do with this. This is weird. I don't know. What is this? I want to know where this rail goes. I don't know why they did all that angle there instead of just come straight here, but whatever. I don't know what this is, where this goes. Oh, I'll try to enter here. What is this? Okay. There's nothing here. What is this? I don't know. Well, I see something there. Oh, perhaps it was to come here? I don't know. I think this is from the game, right? I'm guessing this is the point of this rail. I don't know. Why is this like this? Like this V shape? Oh, this is so weird. I don't know. This is, all of this is weird. What is that? What? Is this from the game? Or was this built by someone? This looks like it's built by someone. Damn, there's so much. So many things were done in this server. I mean, I don't know if that's from the game or not, but regardless, so many things, like all of this. And there's so much underground. I sadly I won't be able to show you how much there is underground because I can't see it. I don't know how to find it, but I remember there's so much. For every small thing like this or like that, there was something. There was another here, right there. I don't know if you can see it, right there. There are many of those little towers in the middle of nowhere, like that too. Usually that means that there's something of value underground. Oh, look, another village. What is this? I never played in this area. Okay. This is all new to me. I never played here. I don't know what's the purpose of this. OH. Is it OH or HO? I don't know. I think it's unfinished. I don't know what they were trying to do. And there's another rail here. It looks unfinished though. There's no rail here. It's just dirt. Yeah. I'm very curious to know where they were going with this. I will go back to the... Oh yeah. Wait, I can see that from here. Yeah, Seba built another building. I wanted to talk about that later. Another of his Japanese style buildings. And it came from here. You see this rail? This rail goes all the way there. And I'm sure this goes underwater too. Why this? What? What's that doing there? Yeah. I remember this was very crazy. Oh, it's Rogan. Shit. Damn, it's Rogan. And this led to this house. I believe he wanted to make a like Yuyuko's house, something like that, from Toho. I'm not very sure. These were supposed to be little ghosts or spirits, I think. But now that I see this here, I mean, I can see Chotelandia from here. That's very crazy. And this is a very big snowy biome, by the way. There's another tower here. For me, Chotelandia was the northernmost part that anyone reached. So seeing these things here means that people were more to the north than I believed, and that's crazy. That's how much. Perhaps there's another city. I know. I don't know. In fact, there's something here. There is something. This was built by someone. You know, I never knew anyone came this far into the north. I mean, it's simple. It's something simple, but it's still so crazy. So crazy to me. I spent years here, and I never saw this. And exploring these places, it's like... It's weird, you know, this place has been abandoned for over 10 years. Not even the creators must remember this, I'm sure. It's so crazy. It's like actual ruins from real life. I don't know. Okay, so there's another mine from the game here. Okay, I don't want to do this, but I want to get out of here, so I'll just do this. I'm sorry, I know this is ugly, but... I'm curious now. Maybe there's even more to the north. I want to explore. This is so crazy to me. No. This has to be from the game. Is this one of those mansions from the game? I think so. Yeah, I believe so. I never found one myself. What? What? What was that? Okay, I'm so confused right now. I don't know what that was. Okay. Okay, I'll go back for now. Why are biomes changing? What is this? What is that? What is all of this? I'm so confused. I never. What is this? Okay, what is this? What the hell? What? I'm so confused. What? Shit. Does this go to Jutlandia, I guess? I'm gonna guess, right? Bro, there's so much gold here spent in these rails. What the hell? Why is it all red? This is so weird. This must go to Jutlandia. What is this? Spawn. Pueblo. Pueblo means village, but not aldea. It's just another word for aldea, for village. But it could mean anything, any village. Let's see. And what spawn, by the way? Spawn of what? All of this for just one spawn? This is so much. Bro. Where am I going? Who was the madman? Holy shit. Brother. I can't stand this anymore. Okay. I am in Jutlandia. Yeah. This is Jutlandia. Spider spawner. Okay, all of that for a spider spawner. Okay, that's so crazy. Yeah, I'll go back to. Well, I will see some of these places in Jutlandia and then go back to the south. Public deposit for the citizens of Jutlandia. Okay, so they call themselves Jutlandia, but it wasn't just us. Okay. Okay. This is unfinished, clearly. Let's see this. Oh, this is the wall, right? Yeah. Oh, there was a door all the way here. Okay. All this time. Okay, there's nothing here, I guess. I want to get out. Yeah, whatever. And let's see this. Welcome to the lab of Jutlandia. Okay. Why is there a pumpkin there? Why are there pumpkins? Okay. Oh, your stuff from the other time for Chote. Okay. Okay, what? So weird. Obsidian. Okay. I think that's enough for Chotelandia for now. Very cool looking place. What is this though? Oh, farm. I think. Oh, it's not a farm. I don't know what this is. But yeah, let's go back to the south. This looks destroyed because we used to demolish this. We used to use a lot of TNT here to get sand faster. So this was like our sand mine. Pretty crazy. To make glass and all of that stuff. Oh, as you can see, this was the first rail. All these rails, most of these rails were made by me. Not this one though. This wooden one, I don't think I did this. Oh wait, there was I'm sorry I'm doing this again, but there was a sign, funny sign here, yeah. You are entering village 02. Okay. 02, that's interesting. Hey, what's up? Says here. So this was the first rail connecting the two cities. Originally you went down here. I can't remember who made this, but then I changed it. I made this. So this goes here. Straight to the station where all the rails connect. So let's follow some of these. Let's go to Tundra, I guess. Let's see. Oh, they have generic names. They don't say where they go. Okay. That's not good. Let's see where this goes. I think this goes to Tundra, I'm not sure. Way too slow. Let's just do this. Yeah, this is just the two-way rail that I made. And here you could choose to go here to the desert that I showed you before. And this goes back to the village. That's the anti Enderman tower that I showed you before. This was the first village that we found from the game that I showed you before, and we used it to experiment with villagers. We made very unethical things here. I remember we put the villagers here at some point. This was like some sort of concentration camp. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't the one experimenting with them the most. Oh wait, there's things here. At some point we awakened a wither here, so this destruction was caused by the wither. We ended up killing the wither, I think, yeah. And here, this is the first farm that I can remember. One of the only farms that were made. This is an iron farm. This was built by Seba. Slayer is Seba. It's the same person, right? I'm calling him Seba in this video, but Slayer, Z-Layer. He didn't want me to use it. He wasn't very happy when he knew that I was using this. I don't know if it still works, but yeah. This was the first iron farm, and I remember when this was being built, my sister wanted to make her own iron farm. Like it was a competition. Like my sister took this as some sort of competition against Seba, so she wanted to make her own, and the problem was that she made her iron farm out of wood. So yeah, this happened. It didn't work. So I like to call this like the Chernobyl of this world. This is a failed project. It's very interesting. I don't know, very funny. And I'm going to show you something very funny. One day, I was exploring, I don't remember, I think I was exploring with someone. I can't remember whom I was exploring with, but we were coming here. Ignore all of that. You know, there's a town there, right? But ignore it for now. There was nothing here. This rail wasn't here either. There was nothing here. But I remember seeing some weird stuff. Like this very tall cactus was here, and I was like, okay, there was someone here. Ignore this. This wasn't built yet. So, but I saw this. I was like, okay, someone was here. So I kept walking, like from here, from like here. And this is all new. Ignore this. I'm sorry for insisting, but ignore this rail. This wasn't here. Then I saw this very thick tree. This is not natural. This doesn't spawn in the world as far as I know. And then these ships. And I was like, okay, then there was... Who was here? Nobody was playing here as far as I know. So I kept walking, and then I found this place. This is one of the craziest things to me. I found this in 2015 or 14. 14, I think. Yeah, 14. I think I am more sure. And there was a whole new city here, but I don't know who was playing here. And remember, 2014, 15 is the time where most of them stopped playing. So I couldn't even ask them. I didn't know who created this. I had no way of knowing. This is like an abandoned city. This is untouched. We found it like this, and I was like, "Holy shit! This is like discovering America, right? This is so crazy." I don't know. Then I built all this rail that you saw right now, right? This goes to Tundra, and this goes to Aldea. So I made sure to connect this to all the other places because I thought this was important. And so we also built this, and this. Basically, we looted everything. We came here, we loot, we were like, okay, this is my place. I mean, remember Raziel was like, okay, this is, I think I found it with Raziel, so Raziel was like the Hernan Cortez of this. He was like, okay, this is our place now. This is mine. I will take everything. But then there was another player called Lancerios. Lancerios didn't really care about the ownership of this place or anything like that. They just were curious about this, but Lancerios liked some chaos, you know, to their game. So Raziel took this very seriously. Raziel came here, saw this castle, and was like, okay, this is my castle now. And then Lancerios came here and set it on fire. And so Raziel was very angry about this. For Raziel, this was like destroying a wonder of history. So yeah, Raziel hated Lancerios forever after that. So yeah, there's a lot of things here. And yeah, there's a lot of houses. Little chest says here with a smiley face. I remember we had the theory that this place was built by some players from Uruguay, so we called this place Uruguay. But we were never sure who built this. And there's something funny here. Wait, let's see this house. Okay. Never mind. There's this place that is destroyed, right? And it says here we found this. Here used to live. I don't know how to translate this. It's very slangish Spanish. Like the thief, the structure. I don't know what the tractor means. The tractor of Gonza the Great, accomplice of the Karsin. I don't know what. I don't know. This is so weird. I don't know who these were or what this means. But yeah, I guess there was someone that was a thief and a destroyer, and then they destroyed his own place. And there's these two. Your last words, says here. They will burn in hell, says here. Here says, for those who do wrong, executions. Okay. And here it seems they were going to make a, I don't know, some courtyard, I guess. But yeah, this is very abandoned. There's these two. These are floating, so it's weird. This reminds me of the Ewoks home in Star Wars. Or, you know what? It reminds me to Elden Ring, to the Halleck tree. Yeah. It's so crazy for me to think that there's been so much time spent in this server from many different people. Yeah, it was just like 4 years, but if you combine the time spent of everyone, it's so much. I don't know where this goes. I don't know if I want to figure that out. Oh yeah, there's a rod of torches here, so I guess there's more here. So here's where it ends, I guess. Yeah. After we found Uruguay, we decided to build a city that sits right between Tundra and Uruguay. And this was it. We called it. This is the first time we gave a city an actual name, a decided name. We named it Mittendrin because it means the one in the middle, something like that in German, I guess. I think I can't remember exactly, it was something like that. Well, it was something like that. The name was Mittendrin. I can't remember the meaning exactly, but I'm almost sure it was that. So yeah, I built all this rail. This comes from Tundra, and here's where you arrive at Mittendrin. If you continue, you go to Uruguay. But if we get down here, we are in Mittendrin. This is a station. I don't know why I put beds in the station, but whatever. And I wanted to make Mittendrin a more planned place, more organized, like this, you know, and more modern, maybe. This was a university, Autonomous University of Mittendrin. Lobby. Built in April 2015 by Ando. These were the classrooms. This is not finished. Okay, never mind that. More classrooms. I wanted to write the lore of the world and put it here is history of the people of Tremen, or well, this is a name that I gave to the server back then. But yeah, and I think I wrote something here. Yeah, some of the lore. Wait, actually, maybe there's something that I forgot here. History of the first migration to this to this world, right? Yeah, I wrote like this was a history book, the events of the game, of the world, of the server, the groups, Chotelandia, Aldea, Tundra, the origins, the forum, where people came from, in chapters. Yeah, this was never finished. And this was another of my ugly hotels. Mittendrotel, Mittenhotel. It's so ugly, man. Me and my ugly hotels. I wonder if this... No, not even a terrace for this one. It's just that, just this. And let's see. I wanted to... Here is the... like an archery. This is an archery in construction. This was never finished. But I wanted to make a... like... I don't know, like a moving cart with a target that you had to shoot. I don't know. I can't remember what I was doing exactly, but I could never finish it. Let's see what else there is here. This house is from Luke. Luke built this house. I want to enter. Oh, I think we enter from this side. Yeah. And I can't remember what this is. Deposit of Luke. Oh, okay. Alright. And I remember Luke also built this. Oh, what happened to this tree? What the hell? Luke built this. This is a bar. This is very nice. I like this a lot. It's very, very fun. I can imagine the music. And I remember I built these places like to build afterwards. This is what I mean by it being more modern, more established. But free terrain you can build here. That's what it says there. And this is my house. I built my house here. Again, this is just ugly and small. It's just not much here. It's just this. And this is you remember Raziel? Raziel was very sad because he had broke up with his girlfriend recently at that time, so he was devastated by it. So he would build things to for his happiness, something like that. This is what aqueduct and monument to the hopes of Razi says here. He also built this church. Cathedral of the Field. He never saw this. Remember when I talked about the 9/11 thing? I assume he never saw this one. Room of the Sorcerer Razi, or not Sorcerer, Monk Razi. Do not pass. I will pass. Okay. Okay. And this, what was this? I can't remember. I think Luke built this. I think, not sure. I don't know. And then this is a building that I made for trading. Of course, it was never used. Center of Commerce of Midtendry. This was I wanted to make like some like the center of the city, right? The important place. So this is what I built. This is not finished, right? Of course, there's things here. But yeah, this was never finished. There's nothing here. This tower was built by my sister. And I don't know how to enter though. Oh no, it has an entrance. I don't think it does. I think it's just static. I don't know, it's weird. Oh, so here's the entrance. Oh, okay. Here's the entrance, okay. So that's all of Midtendrin, I think. Yeah, it's very small. This was one of the last things made in the server. The city. Yeah. So that's Midtendrin. Oh, there's also the farms, right? But yeah, that's just it. Just some farms. There's also another thing that I want to show. I built a bridge that I remember I liked very much. Let's see. Well, I am getting out because I wanted to show this. Actually, two ways were created. As you can see, there's this one that respects the terrain, but this was very inefficient. It took so much longer. So after that, and it went up there and all of that. As you can see, that's destroyed. So I got rid of this. I took all the rails and made a more direct way. That is the one that works now, right? This is old. This is abandoned. But I didn't want to destroy all of it because it would take a lot of time. So the one that works now is more direct, it's better, more efficient. That's the one that we are using now. broken. Okay. Let's see this place. So this is Tundra, right? We were getting right to Tundra. Sadly, the rail is broken there, but that's where we went. I want to see this place. I think Raziel built this. I think there's a sign here. Yeah. Yeah. Cabin of the Guardian Laser. It's Raziel backwards, right? I don't know how to say this in English, to be honest. Oh, so this is a place where you jump off to fall to that water. That's the purpose of this. There was another cabin, I think, here. Yeah, there. Oh, I don't know who built this, but I am almost sure it was Raziel too. This right here that continues over there was built by Bosta because it leads to a mushroom island, which was very weird back then. There's not much there, so I don't think I will show it. There was a point where I decided to expand the aldea, the city, make more houses and buildings over here. That's why there's nothing here, and there too. I was getting rid of the jungle, but yeah, that was about the time where we stopped playing, so nothing happened here. Here's a... I can't remember who built this. But it's clearly unfinished. But if you kept going here, there was this horse place. Bosta built this. I remember where horses were new. Bosta went far away to find them and then brought them here and bred them. This was like Bosta's stable place. I don't know. There's not much. I also just remembered there was this house right here. It's another very Japanese style house. They made like the floor half a block high so they could make the bed like this. And I remember Nobody liked this. It was very big. There was nothing here, and the person that built this, I think he was Lloyd, his name. He stopped playing, so whoever was hosting the game, I think it was Bosta back then, at this time, teleported Lloyd's house here, some random place, because this was built in Aldea, way there, in the main city, right? But Bosta didn't like it there, so Bosta moved it here. I think that's what happened, because as you can see, this is like all broken terrain. I am almost sure this was teleported here. One day I wanted to make a big castle, but I didn't want to put a lot of effort into it. So I did the lava thing again here. I came here and just made, ignore all of that, right? I just made this thing. This, I can't remember how I did this, but yeah, made this with lava, and this was very ugly, very not as uniform as I wanted it to be. So I abandoned this, and then Luke came across here. He saw this and was like, oh, I like this. So he built an actual castle around it. So all of this was built by Luke. He adapted to the thing that I built and finished it. He gave all of this shape and places. This throne room. And made a little city like down here. It's very neat. I mean, I know there's more, but I wouldn't know. I'm not sure where to find the rest. As you can see, the Aldea, the main city that I was talking about most of the time, was part of this forest. All this forest reached there. So it wasn't this forest where this started. Oh, I forgot about this house. This was built by Steve. Steve didn't play too much here in this server, but he made this funny house, upside down house. I don't know, I think it's funny. And someone built this too, I don't know who, but it's funny too. This face here. And I am sure Juan Worms here, yeah, this here. Oh no, Gemini. Okay, Gemini. Sorry. Gemini was another person that played in the server, but not much. He almost didn't play, just for a couple of weeks. This is all he did. That's all. This was built by Luke. This emblem is the emblem of purity, I think. Yeah, from Digimon. Oh, and this is the castle of the Netherworld, something like that. Both built this. I think it's very neat, pretty neat. And I forgot to show you something, actually, about ways to connect the cities, because there's the underground, I mean, we are seeing the aerial, right? Rail, but just like this one, there's another underground. There's many rails underground. There's a lot of things underground, but there's also rails in the nether to short the to make the travels faster. I'll show you. Here says Aldea, right? So we'll come here. I hope this still works. Let's see. Shit. Let's see why it's turned off. That's weird. I don't know why it didn't work. Yeah, whatever. Let's just go by foot then. In another, distances are shorter, so theoretically we could get to Aldea faster this way. Yeah, here we are. But yeah, there were a lot of things. Another world now that I think about it. This was the raid that I just showed you. We just went through there. But yeah, there's all this stuff too. I forgot about this. Damn. What is in here? I don't know who built this. Let's see where this takes us. Dogs of Mari. Mari. Was Mari Maria actually Mari? Please don't kill. I don't know who Mari is. I think it's Maria, I guess. Perhaps she was in another all along. I don't know. Where is this? What the hell? I'm so curious to know where I am. Maybe in Chotelandia. This sounds like Chotelandia. Yeah, oh my god, I'm in Chotelandia actually. Okay. What is this? Oh, okay. Oh, so these are pumpkins, right? Do they emit light? Since when? What? I didn't know that. I want to go the other way now.